Hello, everybody. Welcome here. Welcome back. This is an unknown makeup video that I came across on my computer. So I'm fast forwarding, of course, through these. Oh my goodness, look at that mess that we have going on there. Oh my goodness. Eyebrows, definitely not my forte. Doesn't look any, oh my goodness, what is that? Doesn't look any better when you watch through at a regular speed, but here it is, and this is just amusing to me. So there we go. I am now going to highlight underneath that monstrosity of a whatever brow. And yeah, so I put the white on where I want things to be sort of highlighted and highlight the corner of the eyes. And then I use my fingers because the heat from my skin will soften the product and make it easier to blend. That is what I do with that, because that is my NYX Jumbo Crayon in white. I really like them. They're just fun and easy to use. But sometimes they stay messier looking than I'd like. And here's the Jumbo Crayon in black. And I do that for the outside part of the eye and underneath. And there we go. And just take that across. So again, it's a grease paint, so I am going to warm that up with my fingers and then blend that in so I get a nice grayish kind of gradient in between. So that is what I am doing. Okay, so I'm using that new red glitter shadow that I got. It's sort of the burgundy. I just wanted to see what that did as sort of like a blending color in between. And I must say, I quite like it. It works very nice over the dark and the light, but it is a bit gothic looking. I don't think it's necessarily something one would do for every day because it does have that shine. So these are the new pencils that I got to try that, there's nothing really special about them. Worked out to be about $1.25 a piece, so it wasn't too bad. Now I am putting that on in a black. I think I wanted to try these pencils that I got in. And they're nice. They go on decent. They're not really waterproof. They're kind of a little water resistant. Yeah, that's them. I've got a bunch of different colors. But like I said, it worked out to be about $1.25 a piece for those. Now I'm going to put some red glitter on. So I used the glitter glue, which has a little bit of a sparkle in it on its own. So one could always just use the glitter glue and just leave it like that with just that little hint of sheen. But I want to put on red. So I take my glitter and I stick it into the glitter glue while it is still tacky. I say damp, but it's not really damp, it's tacky. Much like this eye makeup will be, because I'm doing it and I enjoy tacky. It's really that simple. Now I do the other side. Sometimes I put the glue on both sides at once, but then you'll get better adherence to one than the other. So I find I get the best results if I just do one eye at a time, the glitter. But it does give a lot of sheen, and I like to pack it in there. It also, for me, helps hide the creases in there that tend to separate when it's just a shadow, or it'll highlight those creases if I just use a shadow that's shiny. But the glitter itself tends to hide a lot of the flaws in my face. Not necessarily up close, but definitely from a distance. So now I am taking my I think it's NYX. Is it NYX? Oh, no, let's try and find it. Never find it when I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking for this so I can read it, and I can't find it, and now I'm not looking at what I want to be looking at. Yeah, it is an X. An ink liner. Now I'm taking those pencils in the brown, and I'm doing God knows what. I'm trying to line it to make it look like that's a crease or something. I couldn't tell you. I was drawing things on, and it certainly looked a lot better beforehand. So I think now I'm going to go and try and fix that up and make it look better. I don't know. What am I doing? Yeah, I think I'm trying to soften that or something. I don't know. I really have no idea what I'm doing here. God, this is like a reacting to my own makeup, and it wasn't that long ago, but oh my God, what is this? But that is so much of what things are. It is problem solving. So, it could be problems that are thrown at you or problems of your own creating. This is definitely my own creating, and I don't think I fixed that very well at all, but one moves on. So this is my e.l.f. camo concealer. I'm not sure of the color. It's sort of a peachy undertone, which I really like. And then I take this brush, and I like to keep it just there where the circles are the darkest. If I put it everywhere, then it still looks like too much of a contrast. So I'm just trying to put it where it seems the darkest and the most noticeable. So I always start with the darkest of the crease there. Crease is probably not the right word. And then I'm trying to draw that up towards my temples there to sort of lift the outside of the eye. And then when I have just a bit on the brush, I try to bring that across under the eye so that I'm not putting too much there. And then whatever's left, I tend to put on my cheek just to highlight that area. And then I do the same thing. Whatever's left on the brush still, I'm just going to work that in to the other side to brighten it a little. And then I do the same thing, brighten the forehead, do the stripe down the nose, the end of the nose. Then I take whatever's on the brush, and I kind of do that outline that part of my eyebrow. And then when I have less on my brush, I will go and do the outside of the eyebrow, just to sort of give that a bit of a dimension. And I just kind of spread it around with the brush. Eventually I will smooth that out with my fingers, or with a blending brush, or moisten the sponge. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, moistening the sponge, and then just going to kind of blend that. I'm just trying different techniques from to do the same things that I tend to do. And I get different results. And then I just look to go, well, what result do I want? And now I know to do that when I want that result. It's not so much a right and a wrong. I mean, there are definite right and wrongs that I do. But when a wrong happens, I do my best to try and fix it, to make it work. And if something can't work, or you can't make it work, just scrap the whole thing and start again if you have to. Or I just live with it because you get through it and you move on. Now I'm putting on my BB cream. Now this is an old BB cream, so it's a much thicker than my Rimmel 9-in-1 BB cream. But I do like it. It's in a medium. I find it a little bit ashy tone for my skin, but it still works. I do think, in general, I need something a little bit either more neutral or warmer, because to me this is almost khaki. And as much as the sponge did not look clean, this is a freshly washed sponge that I just added some water to. So that's literally just what I've smushed onto my face. And you can tell by my shoulders and the top of my head and every other part of my actual skin that shows, this color isn't the best for me tonally. I do think it's a good darkness to lightness though. Now I'm going to set this with some powder, and I try to keep the powder to a minimum where the fine lines on my face are, because it will emphasize them if I get too much in there. But it does soften the harshness of the BB cream that really goes on almost like a full coverage foundation. Now there's just a little bit of powder on the puff. I'm just kind of moving that up towards the under eye area so that there's really not much under there at all. Yeah, not fond of the eyebrows at all, not fond of the eyeshadow at all, not fond of, well, I'm just not fond of this. It's certainly not the worst I've ever done. It's far from the worst I've ever done. But it's starting to get to the point where I just don't find it acceptable. So, for some reason, I'm just trying to put a lighter color there on my cheek. I don't know if I'm trying to move the highlight part down. I had an idea when I was doing it. When I try these things, I always go, oh, I'm going to do this for this reason. But now I'm watching this back going, I have no idea what the reason was. But I do think it had something to do with I was trying to create more of a lifted cheek down further on my face. And now I'm trying to contour just ever so lightly. I know that that's something I was doing on purpose, because I'm often very heavy-handed with that kind of thing, and I'm trying to learn to be lighter. I didn't do it at all for some things, and it seemed wrong that there wasn't something there. But I haven't mastered, for me, how to get it to work the way I want on my face. And I'm sure it has a lot to do with my lack of blending ability and my application. So those are the things that I will continue to work on. I think I'm getting a hang of the placement where I want stuff to be, if I can get it on in the way I want it to be on. Oh, good Lord, yes, I hate doing lips. Now, I do have a new trick to try. I'm starting to get these old puckery lips. And when I do this, I have learned that it really emphasizes the lines around my mouth. Now, I'm trying to overdraw my mouth. This is not how you overdraw a mouth, but it's how I'm overdrawing a mouth. Because I'm a silly Billy. It doesn't matter. When I'm trying things, I don't really care. Because I forget a lot of times that this is what I'm going to do with these videos, is I'm going to put them up. But I had the sense to try and take some of that away, I think, or to blend that in. I'm learning since how I think I need to do. I have to avoid the outer parts of my actual mouth proper, where it turns down, because I need to minimize that. And I have watched a couple. Oh, see, yeah, don't take that across. It's just gonna make your resting frowny face more emphasized. Oh, what is that? Oh, please, Mary. Yeah, blend that. Do something with that. That is just, oh my goodness. This is outrageous. I can't believe it. But again, trying to fix it. Yeah, you better ponder what to do about that. Oh, so we're just gonna put on that crayon thing, are we? It's just like a creamy, waxy, sort of glossy product. Glossy, not what you want on texture. You don't want that kind of gloss on texture. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Take some of that off. Do something about it. That's just ridiculous. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, just wipe the whole thing off. Just wipe it away. Don't do that. Oh, well, I guess it could be worse. Oh, thank you for showing me. I don't need that. Well, not the worst end result. It could have been much more horrifying. But there we go. So until the next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.